What's up? We're live.
What's going on, gentlemen?
What's happening?
Howdy.
Special program tonight. Got Zeek joining us and Mikey Bananas.
Cheers.
There's Frank again. He's getting bigger.
Yeah, he is.
Good looking dog.
Hell yeah.
Oh, shit.
Dude, that dog is so fucking good, man. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I told my boys I was gonna get him a puppy. Now I gotta get him a puppy. So
Oh, shit.
Well,
here we go with that.
Man, I've come to the conclusion puppies are so cute and they're great, but I'll take an older dog any day, man. I like once they hit like that 4 or 5 year old.
yeah, I do too, but
They chill out.
I was like having severe like panic attacks when they brought this dog home because I was like, because I do everything for the dogs anyway, you know,
Yeah.
mostly, and it was just like, fuck, I got another dog, like it's just automatic, like, and the puppy again, it's like,
Yeah.
but dude, he's been so good, like he never like misses the mat. If we don't get him outside in time, he goes and finds the mat, and
That's cool.
yeah.
You guys hear that?
I hear
what
some
is
kind of clicking, like somebody's typing.
I was
Now it's
hearing,
gone.
I was hearing some clipping. I don't know what it was.
Let me see.
It's not.
I
It's
think
gone now.
this. Yeah.
Ghost in
We're
the
good.
machine, dude.
So how's
Every
everybody
time
doing?
Mikey Bananas comes on, we have some fucking like ghosts and goblins and
Dude,
shit. Like
Shit
clicking
follows
and-
me around. What can I tell you? What can I tell you?
So how's everybody doing?
Doing well.
Good, man. Happy it's Friday. Woohoo.
No doubt. I kept saying that all day today for some reason. It's like this weekend is just drug, man. Plus we had snow and all that shit. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
We got a little freezing rain here, and that's worse than snow in my opinion.
Yeah, I say I'll take the snow over that any day.
Yeah, I got freezing rain and ice for the next 3 days. Well, after tomorrow, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So there's a chance I could lose power for a couple days.
Oh Jesus!
So
Did you guys get any ice down there?
No, it's good. Yeah, so well, it's raining, but it's not like I just came from Korea and it was really very cold. It's much nicer here,
Wow.
I think.
Snow there or anything? Or
Oh, it snows. It's cold and icy. It's about like the Midwest where I'm from. Here in Virginia, I think the weather's very mild overall.
yeah, I think you're far enough south where you don't get too much of it.
I don't think it's so bad.
Yeah.
Mikey's further south than I am, I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And we've known, being here my whole life. We're good for usually one good whomper every year, and if not every year, every other year. Especially growing up, one big heavy snow, and then it kind of like, teases us a couple other times, but usually one good one. We've not had one this year. I want it. I've been working from home for like a year. I don't really have a lot on my plate right now in terms of like going out and shooting things. It's the perfect time for a big, massive snowstorm. Of course, now it's just going to rain for 48 hours.
Dude, that's one of my favorite things, just to be home and like
It's the
a
best.
foot and a half, 2 feet of snow coming. You can't go anywhere.
My
Just chill
wife
out.
loves it. My
Yeah.
wife loves it.
Well, and see, I used to love that snow day vibe, and then for all those years that I worked in news, I mean, that shit was gone, baby.
Oh, I bet.
They mentioned the word snow, and I'm standing out in the middle of it for 18 hours a day. So I got to where that was a dirty word, man.
Yeah,
But now I'm not doing that, so it's like I really want to enjoy it like I'm a kid again.
mm.
right on.
I felt like when I moved to Colorado, we got days off work for snow, and I did feel like I was 10 years old. I was like, this is the greatest damn thing. So I just get to stay home and just listen to music and get paid for this all day. Like,
Hell yeah. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so tonight, really no topic. What was that? Oh,
That was me.
really no topic. We're just kind of getting together. Haven't talked to Zeek for a while.
Yeah, man.
Get Mikey in here. And basically just pulled some records. And
Well, first off, you got to tell us before we went live, you were going to break. You had some breaking news. Would you forget already?
Yeah, we were just talking about collectible bullshit. Today, right before I left work, I was checking the news real quick, and on one like CNN or one of those bullshit sites, there was an article about sports cards going through the roof again, but not just going through the roof. Like they're setting up like trading houses, kind of like where you can invest in them, like funds. So
wow.
yeah, like the Jordan rookie card, like 6 months ago, sold for like $230,000. Last month, it sold for $700 and something thousand, right?
Oh my God.
So it's to the point where these guys are setting up these, and
But
they're
that
legit.
has to be like a perfect mint one or like a rated 10. It's got to be like
Right.
right.
Yeah, but these guys from Wall Street are actually setting up these investment firms for sports cards. So just like you can invest $10 towards a little bit of Apple,
Mm-hmm.
you can now invest $10 towards a little bit of a Jordan rookie card.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's like, how the fuck does this work? And I just see this being like, I mean, I'm sure you all are old enough to remember the crash of all that shit.
Oh,
back
Yeah,
in the
big
90s.
time.
Well, and where's the fun with this? You know what I mean? It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah. All that is you just as well go buy stock, and you'd probably be better off buying stock than where is that fucking Jordan card at?
Records are going to be the same way.
I hope they crash.
Records are going to be the exact same way, bro. I guarantee you, because you know you're going to have like really rare Led Zeppelin thing that's got a big market. Everybody loves Led Zeppelin or whatever, and it's going to be worth. Or the first Beatles, you know, whatever. It's like rate number 1 white album or something. It's going to be worth $100,000, and you'll have when you get those kind of numbers, you'll have people investing together to buy a copy and yada yada, which is just insane.
Yeah, it's like if you're investing, buying $10 of a Jordan card, where's that card at? Who's holding on to it? What's the proof they have that card that you're investing in, and everything else? It's just, they said there's even like guys that run these big funds, in Wall Street are now dabbling in this as part of their funds for people to, their retirement.
Dude, it's the exact same shit. So for the past 6 months, all I've heard about with guys, because I've been in Korea. It's a really fun tour. I mean, it's great, but it's like basically like going back to the bachelor life. You're away from your home, you're away from your family, you're away from all your stuff, and you're hanging out with guys. And what do? We do the same shit you do at high school, college. You shoot pool, you go have a beer, and there's a band that comes and plays. I mean, you go crack some golf balls, stuff like that. I mean, it's just like single guys. Basically, it's like living the single guy life, and all they talk about is the stock market, and everybody's been talking about GameStonk and all the the fucking GameStop thing, the whole Reddit thing, as I'm sure you guys know all about that, at AMC and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I've heard so much about that. Everybody's just like going crazy. All these military guys speculating on that. Some of them who did really well on it.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. And I mean, now you have all these apps and stuff. It's like, to me, investing is kind of like a cross between collecting and gambling, both of which I love. By the way, I've been playing a lot of poker there too and doing really well. but I mean, it's that's exactly what it is. It's like you're just same thing as collected records. You just collected stocks and then you're gambling. I mean. Yeah. They call it whatever they want. It's fucking
it's funny. The last time Carl the Envelope was, or actually 2 times ago, Carl was like, kept pulling his phone out, was like checking shit on his phone. We're like, what are you doing, dude? And he's got his TD Ameritrade thing going. He's like moving stocks around every day, and he got Jay into it. And now I was like, so how does this work? And I'm already like, because stuff I can like, it's almost like fantasy sports where you get on every day and you're like, oh, I gotta move this guy around and change this and do that. And I'm like,
same shit, man.
I could get into that.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Or online poker, or it's the same shit. Only difference is now you got it on your phone. It's very addictive. Very addictive.
There's a couple guys at work that do it, and it's like it cracks me up. I hear them talking about it, and it'd be like, they're constantly fucking with it. And and then I'll hear them talk. It's like, I'm up like $60 this month or whatever, and I'm like, all that shit you're doing, and you're up like $60. I think I'm good with just the 401k.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, it's just for fun. I mean, some of them, lose and win big amounts of money, but it's just for fun. I mean, I buy records and stuff and be like, well, this record's worth $30 and I got it for $1. And my wife's like, you're gonna sell it? I'm like, no.
Been there. Been there, brother.
I do that a lot.
Right. So it's like, that's the same concept. It's like, well, you buy cards, you're not going to sell them. You know,
Well,
it's like I mean, so I collected. Did you guys collect sports cards when you were a kid?
oh yeah, totally. And like Jay has kept collecting kind of throughout, and even after the crash. And an interesting thing he does is he still like will pop into a card show from time to time.
Yeah.
And you know, like stuff that was worth when we were kids worth $20-$30 or whatever, it's worth like a nickel now.
Right.
And so Jay's going back and collecting all the things he wanted as a kid
Uh-huh.
that are now virtually worthless. But
Uh-huh.
he wants to have them because he's always wanted to have them. So he goes in and spends $10 and gets 1,000 cards. You know,
See,
If he's having fun with it, then
Yeah, that's great. That's how you should do it, I think.
Yeah.
Same with the records, man. It's like I'm the same way. You get something for $2 and you look around like, oh damn, this thing's going for like $80. That's cool. I got a good deal. I'm not going to sell it because I just want it for the collection, man. I never LJ and will send me something on eBay or mention something like, do you see what people are spending on blah blah album? And I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. It's just because I don't keep up with prices anymore. It's just insane.
Well, and what surprises me is the turnaround time now seems to be much shorter. Like something will get released on vinyl, and within that same year, that initial press is already worth $1 bazillion, which is it used to be in like old records, you know, stuff that was old and valuable and hard to find, and now it's just like
that's a bad sign. That's the sign that the collectors have moved in, the speculators. The same thing happened with the sports cards. The same thing happened with comics. They would come out and a week later be worth 3 times what they were new. And then 2 weeks later, they're worth even more. I see that as a bad sign. You know, it's happening with records now too. To me, it's a good sign because I hope it fucking collapses and they're not worth anything because I'll be out at the yard sale and the flea market's buying all I can.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care about the prices, man.
Come on, man. This is all my retirement back here. What the hell are you doing?
Whatever. I hope it turns into the 90s again and nobody wants these fucking things except for me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't see that happening for a while if it happens at all.
Yeah.
Well, and I think the labels caught on too because they're buying into that in the way that they're releasing color variants that are super limited.
Well, that's the reason why.
Yeah,
that's the reason why you're seeing stuff like every January, I think it's Warner Brothers puts out Rock Your Year Off or Rock Your Year Off Right, like which is like maybe 8 to 12 reissues
on special color or
right.
whatever. Yeah.
So like 2 years ago they did ZZ Top. And they did like Trey Hombre, the first album, and the one in between.
ZZ Top first album, Trey Hombres. It was
Rio Grande Mud.
Yes, Rio Grande Mud. They had done them on different color. Dude, I saw that I think it was Trey Hombre was on jalapeno green vinyl. Dude, it's already up to like $200.
Why?
And that's what it's getting. You know, like I've seen it actually, because I'll go in and look. I guess because they only pressed 1,000 of them or something. I don't know. I don't know how much actually, how many were pressed actually, but
right. I just want to hear the freaking music, man.
Yeah,
I just bought. I can't remember any of the band. I just bought a reissue. I just bought a reissue from a German band, and the guy I bought it from offered me an original. I was like, "Oh, cool, an original would be cool." And the reissue was $24 or whatever, and he wanted $75 for a mint original.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, I'll take the reissue. I just want to hear it. I don't care to spend $75 on the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't get it, man. I don't get paying these crazy ass prices.
Yeah.
Especially for big bands like ZZ Top. You can't tell me that shit ain't out there floating around for,
No,
I never wonder about the people that put shit like that up for sale. I wonder about the people that actually shell out the money for it.
Yeah.
Like where's your head at? Whatever.
Well, either that or they're completists.
Yeah.
Either that or overseas. That's usually what we see,
Oh, that makes sense.
I've just come to the conclusion a lot of people have a lot more fucking money than me.
Yeah, too.
Like there's guys out there that's got insane amounts of money and it's just blow on. It's nothing.
Don't know what to do with it. Apparently,
don't know what to do with it, man. I mean, you can blow. I mean, if you got millions of dollars, dude. What's it to you?
God bless them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not an issue, and I don't, so I wouldn't know what that's like, but they do.
I see everybody bitching about the Metallica Walmart presses now, or not presses, but the ones they're selling. They're the limited, you know, to 100,000 or some bullshit. It's
yeah,
like,
they're all over. They're still everywhere.
Huh?
How much do they cost?
You can. I saw a couple of them the other day. Last time I was in a Walmart, and they're like $24, which is, I mean, that's cool. Yeah. That's perfect if some kids in Walmart wants to pick up Metallica album. But I heard, they're already trying to flip them for like $70 on eBay.
They are.
It's like
shit. I had to go buy one.
oh man, what I love is some of the people on YouTube that lose their shit over people going to Target or Walmart. Hey, by the way, if you guys don't know, Target's having this killer sale right now. Buy 2 records, get 1 free. And really? It ends tomorrow. There's some killer shit on there.
I just went to Target and I didn't see 3 records there worth buying.
No, check the website. There's some legit shit on the website.
No kidding. Maybe I'll check it out.
They're cheaper than most record stores, free shipping, and literally a free record.
It was funny you mentioned that. My wife was at Target and texted me and said, "Hey, I'm going to grab these." And I'm like, "Really? Okay, cool." I think these are the only albums we have from Target, and the first one is "This Is for Vance." She finally got the purple. She saw Vance. She's a big Pearl Jam fan too. She saw Vance post that. She's like, "I want that purple one."
I wouldn't mind having that actually. I don't have a copy.
And it's an exclusive. This thing's retirement right here.
Yeah,
there it is.
It says it right there.
Hey, she put that up for $75. Oh, I saw the ACDC.
Finally got it. She grabbed this. She grabbed this because it was the box thing with a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw the box with the shirt thing.
Yeah, so I was like, "Yeah, go ahead, man. I mean, you can have the shirt."
Ask her if she wants to buy me some records.
Yeah,
I'll check, but you might be screwed on that one. Well, usually I'm screwed on that. He said,
"Support the troops, man." Yeah, I'm over here like, so your wife buys you records? Wow,
no, it doesn't happen very often.
Wow.
Usually I get you already got everything. I don't know what the hell you want. I'm not buying you any records.
Yeah, you're a lucky man. I'm gonna tell you. That's amazing.
So anybody else pull anything out, talk about what you've been spinning? I bet you've been spinning a shit ton, Zeke.
I have, but I mean, mostly I've been spending time with the children, with my kids, because I don't want to be like, "Hey, nice to see you guys. I'm just going to be But I've only bought 3 records in the past. I said this in my little ass video, but I've only bought 3 records in 6 months, which is like unheard of for me, Yeah. But, and I got them like off of Facebook. I got them off of Facebook classified ad, which is crazy. But I sent it to my house, and my wife was like, "You better not be sending records in months on it." So this is on Megaforce.
That's killer, man. And you found that on Facebook?
On the Facebook classified ads.
Jesus.
It's the only time I've ever bought records off a Facebook classified ad. Wow. This has a barcode sticker here. Mm-hmm. And it's got a cutout here. But yeah, on Megaforce. Sounds great. This is playing in the background right now. I got it quiet, so you guys probably can't hear it, but
kick ass.
Hell yeah.
And this on Combat also has a barcode. A barcode also has a little cutout down here at the bottom. Otherwise, though, like just dead mint, both of these.
That's
awesome. Funny. It's funny you said Laz could have been on tonight because I remember him showing like a real nice copy of this years ago, and I was super jealous of it.
It's an awesome cover. That thing looks like mint, dude.
It is. I mean, it is. PJ's going for over $100, Vance.
No, dude, she literally bought it last week.
Dude, I'm gonna go in there and get one. I mean, now you guys got me buying records, and I've been trying to be good. I'm gonna go in there and get the third record I got, which I've been listening to a lot, is the Angel Witch Screaming and Bleeding.
Right on.
Also real nice on Killer Watt. This is an English pressing of this. So So I only have one other. Aaron was talking about the first Angel Witch record, which I don't have, which I need to get. The only other Angel Witch record I have is the 70s tapes. And I've been listening to that too.
That is such a killer record, man.
Dude, I cannot find out. I ordered that twice from our distributor and they never got it in.
Yeah. So my buddy Steve owns a record store here in Norfolk, Virginia called Skinny's Records, and it's a killer record store. He's always got killer shit. And I bought this one off of him, and he ordered. I could find out for you, you know, where he's got a guy in England who sends this shit, and he has trouble getting it through customs, but he sends a bunch of like, some of it's kind of sketchy, but you know he gets all kinds of like Euro. Some of them are Euro boots and stuff. But it's cool shit, though. He always gets cool shit.
Dude, that's a killer find off some dude on Facebook.
Oh, my God.
And they were cheap as hell, too, man.
Wow.
They were cheap as hell. So I was super stoked about it. And to be honest with you, I was kind of like, yeah, who knows what I'm getting here. This could be not right, or this could be screwed up, or these could all be boots, or I don't know what, you know. And wasn't even home to get the package. So
also, they actually,
my wife was pissed about it. It was like, don't send any more records while you're gone. So I was like, okay,
I'll send you a big box while you're gone.
Yeah.
Zeke, have you checked out any stores over there, like in Korea? Like any record stores?
Never saw one. Well, they probably do up in Seoul, but we weren't allowed to go to Seoul for a long time because of COVID and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So I went to Seoul when they lifted it, and even then I didn't go to a bunch of record stores. I haven't been in a record store in 6 months. Haven't even seen them. Actually, I have seen records because there's a bar outside the gate, and the guy's got a huge vinyl collection. And he'll
That's
play,
cool.
and I really became friends with him, and he plays all kinds of records. So I've heard records.
That's cool. Because I always wonder, you think of Korea, you think of K-pop stuff, and I wonder, like, what are people really into and listen to over there? You know what I mean?
Interesting thing about K-pop is in the 90s, like an Interview with a Vampire or something made like $200 million, and the government of Korea said, this movie just made more than our entire fishing industry. So the Korean government said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to invest in the arts and stuff. So they created a Disney type of entertainment machine kind of with the young people and stuff. And so they basically created K-pop, and they created K-drama and all this crap. So now it's a whole multi-million-dollar industry, and it's hugely popular all over the world.
And run by the government.
Well, it was funded by the government.
Okay, so I got you.
Wow.
And now it's like private, but they started it. They started the funding capital to get it up and running, to get that industry going, and they modeled it after your kind of fake, your teenager, your fucking Disney kind of shit.
Right.
They like that, and but I mean it's hugely popular there.
Isn't there one of those bands like a K-pop or a J-pop band that you can basically buy stock in?
BTS or whatever it is.
I don't know which one, but I remember reading something about that.
I'm surprised you could buy stock in it because it's a machine. It's a money making machine.
Wow. How these guys sit around and come up with this shit, man?
I mean, it's your typical schlock like that we grew up with. It's the same shit. What did they have when we were kids? There was fucking Spice Girls and fucking
New Kids on the Block.
It's the same shit. Even before we were little, they had the fucking
Menudo,
and there's always been that kind of garbage. I mean,
Leif Garrett. Not that I'm even that shit. I'm just talking about being able to invest in it and all that. It's like it's no different investing in sports cards. These guys sitting around. It's like nobody. Who would think anybody would even go for that shit? But I guess they do.
Oh, I think if there's money in it, there's always going to be guys that sniff money out.
Yeah.
I mean, if dog shit can make money, I'd invest in it. I mean, what difference does it make? It's money's money, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
don't know. I like money just like anybody, but the thought of investing in like fucking Backstreet Boys just makes me cringe. But
yeah, be tough to sleep at night. I think
it'd be hard to sleep. How do you fucking sleep at night? How do you live with yourself?
So have you, Bananas? You got anything new or anything to talk about?
I got some stuff I'm going to show on the show tonight. I don't want to blow that. It's going to be some kick-ass shit. I don't want to. I see chromium dioxide's in here. Something that he kind of turned me on to, actually.
Dude.
Leif Garrett.
Yeah, he likes Leif.
Oh yeah, Leif Garrett.
But
old buddy, chromium dioxide has sustained me for months. It's the greatest thing on the internet.
Dude, that last one with the Grown Man Record Night intro, I had to watch that like five times. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, man?
I mean, you know, I love me some me. I bet I watched that shit 50, 60 times. I've already told my mom, I'm like, I'll probably die before you guys do. Play this shit at my funeral, please.
It's awesome. His kid is awesome in that.
Oh, his kid is kick ass.
Get off the phone, Steve.
Oh, Steve will never ever get away from that, and he fucking knows it too. Yeah, it was fantastic. Now I've been vibing on this GNF&R that Vance sent me, man. This FM broadcast, Guns N' Roses acoustic CBGB's 87.
Oh, right on.
This thing is so killer, man. It's probably not something I would have picked up myself, but when he sent it, I was like, oh my God, dude, this is so killer. Like the A side is all acoustic, and I thought the whole shebang was acoustic, but the B side is just like live tracks, which I don't, I guess that's from that same show. Did they split the show up? I guess. But it also says from Lively Youth Records, and it says not exportable to the USA. So Vance, you're on notice. Limited to 500 copies. But a really kick-ass record, man. I've just been blown up. I actually don't own any Guns N' Roses on wax. Jay's got Appetite he brings over from time to time, and put it on like when first got it in the mail, you know, from on the show that night. And I was like, man, am I really this hammered, or like, am I just like loving this record so much? And I got up the next day and played it again. I'm like, man, I love this record.
That's cool. So that's the era too, right there. Like they were cool when they first come out. Yeah, they just got overblown.
It's nice to hear it stripped down, and because I don't know that I've went out and saw like their live and stripped down kind of sound stuff, but hearing them play acoustic. You can kind of hear what was exaggerated in the studio and what was kind of the real deal. And the real deal is good as well. And something else I realized from listening to this, especially from the acoustic stuff, is, you know, Fever's in a Zeppelin tribute band. He also sounds a whole hell of a lot like Axl Rose. So I thought, I was like, dude, you can pull off some fucking Guns N' Roses stuff. We need to get together and do some stuff on the show, man.
Get an acoustic set together.
Yeah. But, I've been really, really vibing on that. Something else had just been, you know, Carl the Envelope was up last week. And after the show, Friday, we went digging on Saturday. That's the stuff I got for Dig of the Week this week. But the something we're vibing on Saturday, just hanging around, drinking and carrying on, was this Fu Manchu California Crossings demo. This is a kick-ass. And it's the red one, which apparently is a little harder to find. But this is, I don't know exactly. I guess it's just that the demo is from the California Crossing sessions, and I don't have the actual California Crossing stuff. But really kick-ass food.
Speaking of Target, when that album came out, didn't they have some kind of exclusive thing?
This one here?
Yeah, I think it was that album that had a like a bonus CD, or this is before the vinyl explosion. You just got me thinking about it now. I know Target did something with them. You could only get it, through them, that had bonus shit on it.
Yeah, it's a nice red. I think there's the main one is blue that you can find, but the red. I bought this used at a local shop, and no, it was new. It was new because I didn't know the color until I popped it. And I looked it up. I'm like, oh, the red one's apparently a little more. It's valuable. There's retirement. So
it's all matters.
Yeah, I mean, I got more of a stack, but I'll let you guys keep going. Circle back to me.
Right on. Well, you got George?
I ain't got shit. I didn't buy anything this week.
He's bacheloring it up this week, man.
Yeah. No, I didn't. I mean, I just been listening to the same stuff. Really? I haven't bought anything. It's crazy.
Wow. How's the shop doing? Any new stuff coming in? Or
Well, with the weather this week, we didn't see too much this week as far as used stuff, but
yeah.
I have a couple pending for next week, but you know how that goes. They tell you they're coming in, then you
Right.
never hear from them. So I'm still waiting for the punk metal guy from last year. Oh, I got a bunch of punk and metal, man. I'll bring it in next time. Okay, sure.
I bet you got a ton of those guys.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Hey, George, I asked you a question. When I actually bought this week an unofficial release from my local shop, and he was telling me that the guy that he gets this stuff from, he's kind of whispering. He's like, man, I get this vibe that this guy's like. He's like, I don't know, man. Like, it's got like Mafia ties or something. It just seems really unsavory at the root of it all. Do you get this vibe with some of these unofficial distributors?
I don't use them.
Oh, you don't use them at all?
No, like I'm waiting for them to get a hold of me.
Gotcha.
I'll use them if they get a hold of me, but yeah, I mean, I've had, I know a couple guys that I have phone calls into, but I never heard anything. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely something we would want to bring into the shop.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about like the live, unofficial kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right on. Just got this in this week. Some Sonny Boy.
Nice.
I never had anything by him. It's pretty cool. Like reading it, he was the second one.
That's right. He's Sonny Boy too.
Yeah.
He's not the original Sonny Boy.
Yeah, I guess the original one was more the Delta Blues kind of dude, right? He was all acoustic, and this guy's more electric, I think, if I remember reading right. You have
Sonny
anything by
Boy
him?
2, Electric Boogaloo?
Yeah.
Well,
it's pretty good stuff.
I don't have anything by the original one.
Yeah, this is the first thing I have by either one, I believe. So
yeah, he's the famous one. The Sonny Boy 2 is the famous one.
Yeah.
I think more famous.
I think the first one was like around Robert Johnson era, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's cool. And then I picked up this. I never even heard of this dude. It looked kind of interesting. It's pretty cool. Lowell Folsom.
Oh, I love Lowell.
Yeah, I have
the new one on me.
I don't know what that is. Hold on a sec.
That's just one of those vinyl lovers compilation deals.
All right, cool.
And this, I think this is mainly all like stuff from Chess and Checker when he was on down. But this is kind of cool. This usually you think blues, you're thinking Delta, Chicago, or whatever. But this guy was kind of like a California dude. So it's more kind of jazzed up blues. You know what I mean?
T-Bone Walker style.
Yeah, it's definitely cool stuff, man.
Yeah,
digging that.
Blues is a deep rabbit hole, man.
Yeah,
I gotta show you this.
No
Check this out. I was going through my blues records the other day, and I forgot I had this. I got this, and I for sure wasn't. I didn't think it was real, so I brought it to work.
Oh yeah, I saw that this past week, man.
Yeah, but look,
it's autographed. No way.
The fuck out of here.
Yeah, so we did a lot of
dude.
We did a lot of research on it. It was definitely signed. We think it was signed in the 70s sometime when he was older. Just by the way the D's are. But it matches some of the other signatures that we found.
It's a late 60s record, so it had to be almost the set. I mean.
Yeah. But I think just because the writing's so, we went from the 60s to the 70s looking in his signatures, and this signature matches his signature probably like mid 70s or later, as he was getting older. But
that's crazy, dude. What was the other blues album you found that had like a letter in it? And
that was from hold on. Let me go get this dog. Hold on.
So jealous of that.
I'll be right back.
It's funny. I actually pulled something that has a signature on it as well. Something we've been vibing out on. I took a shot. It's when we were like trying to support, local when the COVID thing first happened and lockdown. The first time I went back, and I was like, I'm gonna spend $20 on a used record, which is like unheard of for me. Walter Zuber Armstrong. It's a private press jazz record out of like Seattle, I believe.
Wow.
And I just kind of took a shot on it because it said private press. This is rare private press, and it's signed on the back.
That's cool.
Not that it's muddy waters, but
do you know the value of it?
Well, I didn't know.
I don't. It's up
honestly,
there.
I didn't know it was muddy water. I didn't think it was real. I've had that record for a good 20 years, and I assumed like that somebody just put their name like, oh, that's Muddy Waters in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
who does that? That
well, dude,
I see
the
that
reason why I said
like I'm gonna fake a signature. I don't know.
No, the reason I said it is because you would be surprised how many people write the band members' names on the album covers because they don't know it back then.
Okay. Yeah.
And a lot of people sometimes think that they're autographs. And 9 out of 10 times when people come, and it happens a lot, believe it or not.
Really? Wow.
And hold on one sec. Frank's upset that his sister won't play with him, so this is what he does. Can you hear him?
Yeah, it's like a squeak toy in the background, man.
Is it loud? Like, is it super annoying, or can I get away with it? He stopped now, but there he goes.
On cue. On cue.
So I forget what I was saying. Oh yeah, so yeah, it happens a lot. Like people in their teens, like back in the day, would write the band members' names if they didn't have. So we had this Rolling Stones one for, I don't know. We just got rid of it probably about 3 months ago, but we had it in the shop for a good 5 years trying to figure out if it was real, because on the back it had signatures on it, and it had Mick Taylor's signature on it. So we did everything we could to, authenticate this thing, and we just couldn't do it. But we figured it wasn't real.
So I have a Mick Taylor signature record.
Yeah,
and I know it's real because my buddy got it signed. It's a copy of Exile on Main Street. I got.
Oh,
it
cool.
here.
That's cool.
Got it right.
Wow.
But it's unfortunately it kind of like blends in. You can hardly even tell it's signed, But I mean, Mick Taylor, does anybody even give a fuck about Mick Taylor? Like, I mean, I do. I love Mick Taylor, but like of people, or it's not like it's Mick Jagger. I don't know. I mean, as a nerd, I love Mick Taylor's one of my all-time favorite guitar players, so I'm fucking drooling over it,
Yeah.
But I mean, does anybody else care? I don't know.
But when I first saw this thing,
Plus,
I was
I want to say one thing about Mick Taylor. When he left the Stones, he played dive bars and shit.
yeah.
You could meet Mick Taylor easy, because my buddy saw Mick Taylor for like $20 in a bar and met him, and it was like no problem.
I like the Mick Taylor era of the Stones.
Oh, that's the best, by far the best era of the Stones.
Oh yeah, man.
My opinion.
The other blues record was Bill Brucey was the
That's
letter.
it.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a letter and
It was a letter. It was a handwritten letter to somebody and a postcard, like advertisement, and of him playing in France in like '48 or something like that.
You sold that, right?
I sold the letter, but I kept the other thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
You guys want to see my signed Beatles record?
Sure.
I got this shit up on the wall. Wait a minute. Can I flip? I can't flip my shit. Oh shit.
I got a cool signed record. This was sitting next to it. Billy Paul.
Can you even see that?
Oh yeah.
This is probably fake as shit. But I don't know. Like, I have no idea. It's probably fake as hell. But it says to Barry Fay, who was a huge concert promoter in Denver, and I bought it in Denver.
Huh.
That's pretty crazy.
Pretty sure it's fake, but I don't know. Could be real. I don't even want to know.
Yeah.
It's more fun that way. And there was a signed John Coltrane record in there too, which I still have, which really was a first press John Coltrane, my favorite things.
Holy cow.
That I got for $1. That could also be fake. I have no idea. But when I look them up online, like, I'm like, I don't know.
My favorite autographs that I have is Larry Compton. And
Who's Larry?
Larry, that's what I'd like to know, because Larry was a very big record collector in this area.
Okay.
And you have a few of his records.
He put his name on all the inner labels on the vinyl. Larry Compton.
Larry Compton.
And I have bought records from Larry's collection for probably the last 10 years out of probably 6 different record stores.
That's crazy.
Every time I come across one, I'm like, hot damn, I got another Larry.
Yeah.
That's what you call a micro genre, Greeno.
Yeah.
A Larry Compton collector.
And every time I think about him, it's like, I bet this sumbitch is dead. And they just took his shit around trying to get rid of what they could get rid of.
Yep.
And I keep bumping into it.
That has happened to me before where like locally it's like the same guy and you're like, I love this guy's taste in music. Like I've seen this guy's records. And
He said that's a very good point that I had, but I have no idea what the point.
Just nod and smile. Just nod and smile.
Man.
I think he's talking about people writing the band members' names.
Oh yeah. Back in the day, that's what I was talking about. I have a ton of. Usually, it was the back covers when they had the band pictures on it, and then they would write over the musicians' names. But we've gotten, like I said, that Rolling Stones one. It took us a while because it was on the first album, so we had to go back to like the '60s and look at their signatures back then. The only one that I thought didn't match was Mick Jagger's. It looked too much similar to Keith Richards' like handwriting style.
Let me ask you, would you guys pay extra?
I paid for this. So this is Mick Taylor's signature right here where my thumb is. You can barely even see.
Yeah, I can see it.
So yeah.
I've just never been that guy.
I wouldn't pay extra, but I would get I'm the guy that would bring the album to get signed.
Well, I didn't pay that. I mean, I paid like basically what the record's worth, but I didn't need another copy of Exile on Main Street, so in a way, I paid.
Yeah, if it's something like that where you get it.
I have like multiple copies, so I have a MoFi copy too, and I have a promo.
Nice.
So I don't know how many fucking copies I need, but I was like, that was signed by Mick Taylor. I got to have that.
Yeah.
So in a way, that's paying, I guess. I bought shit I didn't need.
I bought this one. It came in the shop like 2 years ago. It was sitting next to the Muddy Waters one, and it's Billy Paul, Me and Mrs. Jones.
I love that record. I love that record.
I need that actually.
He signed it, Peace and God, Billy Paul.
Yeah, I think that's dope as hell, but that's just me.
Yeah. I love that. Well, I love the song, so I was
I do too.
I got a signed Marty Robbins over here.
Fuck yeah.
I love Marty Robbins, man.
All right, real quick. Not that Marty Robbins is cheese, but what's the cheesiest signature you ever got? Not, I'm not trying to like make fun of anybody, but
I've got a story.
I'll give you mine.
Uh-huh.
John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band.
There you go.
I think he's the guy who's like, I don't really need him to sign that, but he signed it anyway, just kind of like, he was cool. I mean, it wasn't, I wasn't trying to be disrespectful or anything, but it was like, okay, all right, I'll get him to sign it, that kind of thing.
Well, you got Zeek.
Well, I wanted to hear Mikey's story.
Go for it.
Okay. Well, I don't mean to brag or anything, but in high school, I was the vice president of the FFA, the Future Farmers of America.
Yeah.
And we were on an award-winning parliamentary procedure team. If you don't know what parliamentary procedure is, it's kind of what they use in England when they do like political stuff. So you rise to the point of order, state your business, all that stuff.
Yeah, where we
like competent. We didn't, but that would have been cool. But for whatever reason, you guys that know me would know. It's like, oh yeah, you'd probably fucking good at that because they give you a bunch of made up scenarios and you just have to kind of play along and go through the different motions and things. And I was an okay football, baseball guy. I was really fucking good at this shit. And we ended up going to the national FFA convention in Kansas City. Took a bus ride from North Carolina to Kansas City. We get out there, we do all this FFA stuff. But there was this huge trade show. And walking around, there's all these people. And I'm like, holy shit, it's Willie Nelson. Like Willie Nelson, which is not far. I mean, that he's here at the FFA convention because it's a big deal. Like 30,000, 40,000 people. So here stands Willie Nelson, and there's this long ass line to get his autograph. And I was like, how much is it to get his autograph? And somebody was like, I don't know, I think like $1. And I was like, okay. So anyway, I wait in this line at least 30 minutes. And I get up to him and I hand him $1 like a jerk off. And apparently there was no money that needed to be exchanged. I'm just like, here's $1.
That's great.
And I'm like in awe. I'm like, holy shit! I'm 17 years old. I'm like, holy shit! This is Willie Nelson. I've been listening to this guy my whole life. He takes his little card and he signs it. He says, there you go, partner. I appreciate you, man. And hands it to me. And I start walking away. And I look at the card and it says, cheers, your friend, Almost Willie. It was an impersonator.
Oh.
Almost Willie.
And you gave him $1.
And I gave him $1.
That's classic.
Almost Willie.
And I was like, Almost Willie. The fuck? And I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, why are all these people stand this goddamn line then if it's not the reason I was mad at it?
Wait, like, what is wrong with you people? That
I
ain't
could have been
really
hitting
him.
on redneck farmer chicks, and I'm over here standing this fucking line. Oh man,
Almost
yeah.
Willie has groupies and shit. Like Almost Willie's like he's really playing. Man, that's amazing.
Well, at least if anybody ever asks, you ever meet Willie, you can be like, well, almost.
Well, and probably it's not cheesy to me, but some of you guys may think it's cheesy. I have here somewhere. I did a convention when I was shooting a convention for the station I work for, and Jerry Mathers was there, and I'm a huge Leave It to Beaver fan.
Oh,
and it's my favorite show of all time. And so I go in and he's there doing something about diabetes. He's a big spokesperson for juvenile diabetes or something. And I walk up and he's apparently in the 80s or early 90s. He did a little guest spot on Married with Children and came on and they kind of goofed on him. And he didn't really realize what was going on and kind of realized after the fact, it's like, oh, they were making fun of me. And it like really hurt his feelings. So he's always been really after that he didn't want anything to do with media or anything, and I got this monster news camera on my shoulder, but I walk up to him and I'm like kind of turn it down because I'm like, I'm not doing anything squirrely. He's like, would you please sign this thing for me? I've got that sitting around here somewhere, and I actually pulled that to show tonight. Not that, but my best Christmas present this year was, did you guys know the Beaver recorded some stuff back in the 60s?
What?
No way.
My mom got me this for Christmas. It's Beaver doing a wind-up toy and Don't You Cry. And this is
never heard of that.
This is an OG 45 from back 60. God, I can't remember, 63. I can't remember. But yeah, it's real poppy kind of stuff. And also there was a Record Store Day release just a couple of years ago. But he had like a garage band called Beaver and the Trappers, and that shit's real garagey. It's some actually legit stuff, man. Like
from that era, from back in the day.
Yeah, from back.
Oh wow,
yeah,
it's good.
It's only 45s, or
yeah, that was a 7-inch, like a small hole 7-inch, and this was 45. I don't think there's a proper album, like a full LP.
See, 45s are crazy, man, because you can get into territory where you're like, I gotta have this. And it's the weirdest thing, but you're like, I just got to have this.
Yeah, it's
this 145. I got to have it.
I'm kind of glad, and it's crazy. This was one of the best Christmas presents I ever got because my mom just heard me talking. I was like, "Hey, did you know Beaver recorded music?" And I was just kind of running my mouth one day, and she remembered and got somebody to help her. She doesn't mess with the internet much, kind of stuff. Got somebody to help her, like seek it out and find it. And it was in this giant box with like a brick in it. So of course it feels like it's like, what is this? And I open up the present and I looked at it and I was like, oh, it's a 45. Maybe she found like a Beatles or something like on, the Goodwill. And I saw it. And I'm like, holy shit, man. But it was so badass.
That is a cool gift because that's like somebody who really knew you and then like really went out of their way. And that's
man. Yeah. My mom's always been down like that, man. So that was awesome.
And what's the name on it? Did he go by Beaver? Or?
Yeah, it says Jerry Mather. He uses both. He's smart. At least he embraces who he is. So it's got Beaver in quotations. It says Jerry Mathers underneath it.
Okay, got you.
Hey, will you ask your mom if she'll buy me some records?
Absolutely. Yeah. She'll do it, man. And she'll make you a cheese ball. While she's
man. We gave her
her
What's Up last episode.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I I have Richard Simmons autograph and Dr. Ruth.
How'd you get Richard Simmons autograph, George?
I don't know what to say to that.
I used to work at QVC.
Okay, I did some stuff for QVC.
Yeah, he was. This was 25 years ago, and he was doing a segment there at the time, and it was pouring rain, and my car had broke down, and it was in the shop, so I was waiting for my cousin to come pick me up. So I was standing out front, the front door of QVC in the warehouse and stuff. And this guy
like a setup for a gay porn.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, where are you going, George?
Yeah,
I asked him, how did this happen? You know,
here you go. Here's where
it was pouring rain.
All I feel, dude, check it out. I'm standing there like this, and I feel somebody put their chin here. And he's like,
Richard Simmons?
It was Richard Simmons. He's like, wow, it's really raining. I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, dude, he was one of the nicest guys, man. He was cool. He was a cool dude.
Incredible.
What's up, John? Bitbop Boom's in.
Yep.
You came just at the right time.
Yeah, good timing.
So I felt this chin on my shoulder turn around. He's like, hi, Richard Simmons, holy fuck. I was starstruck. Totally starstruck.
My son said how to call a wild turkey is the 145 nobody tells anyone to get, but everyone needs it.
Everybody needs it.
I think I gave him that. I think I know exactly what he's talking about.
I've been on this weird kick lately where I've been watching a lot of Mafia videos on YouTube, and I've kind of turned into kind of an expert because I watch Mafia. Like, it makes me fall asleep, and I've been on a different time zone. And then when you go to, like, I was in quarantine for 2 weeks. So when you go in a different time zone and then you go into quarantine, it's like you got jet lag for like weeks because you could just sleep whenever. It's like I was just all fucked up.
Anyway, peyote.
Yeah, that's
allegedly. I don't know.
Allegedly. So I've been watching these YouTube videos of the Mafia, which make me fall asleep because it'll be like in 1992. The Gambino crime family was John Gotti. I'm like, this is interesting. Like 2 minutes later, I'm like totally asleep. But there's a bunch of 45s that are Mafia related because the Mafia owned Roulette Records and they owned several record labels and stuff. There's this Mafia guy named Dominic Montiglio who's super interesting. But he had like a doo-wop group and he's got. I was like, man, I want that 45 now. Like,
yeah,
that, you know. And Joe Pesci, you know who Frank Vincent is?
Yeah,
Frank Vincent was Joe Pesci's buddy in real life.
Yep.
And then they did Casino together, and they also he was in Goodfellas. He was the Billy Batson. He's a Shinebox guy, you know.
Oh
yeah. He just passed like 2 years ago, I think he passed away.
Passed a couple years ago. He was in The Sopranos too, and he looked like the Shah of Iran. The guy had the fucking perfect hair and shit. He looked like the Shah of Iran.
He's the guy in Casino goes, hey, take it easy. They're all out of breath. I don't know why I always remember that. Take it easy.
Now go home and get your fucking box.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
You motherfucker.
Keep him here, Hendry.
So Joe Pesci and Frank Vincent have a 45 together from back in the day, and I kind of want that too. I totally want that.
Did you get Joe Pesci's Vincent Gambini album?
I don't have that, but I would get that.
Yep, it's out there.
I love Joe Pesci. You're kidding? He's into jazz. I know he is like a jazz musician today. He makes I don't know if he makes records, but he
oh wow.
He plays jazz today in jazz clubs and stuff.
Imagine being in a band with Joe Pesci. How surreal!
Oh, I bet he's the coolest, nicest guy ever.
I'm sure.
Highlight Bitbop Boom's last thing there.
Joe Pesci played with Joey D and the Starlighters of Peppermint Twist fame.
Wow!
Oh wow!
Yeah, I might seek those out just because they're Joe Pesci related.
Yeah.
In fact, if I look through my 45s, God knows I might even already have. I mean, who knows? I've got more 45s than even know what to do with.
Yeah, I've got some that I haven't even gone through.
I love going through my 45s, and I'm like, what is this? I don't even know what it is. And then I put it on. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I have my mom's old ones that are it's like that for me.
I got excited the other day because I found a fucking Flock of Seagulls 7-inch. I was like, sweet. It was Iran, but it was like some different mix. I was like, oh, right on.
It's fun for them. You know, there was a dude on back in the old VC, you know, YouTube. He was like, he took his camera down to his basement. It's like boxes and boxes of 45. He was like, yeah, I don't collect 45s. His whole fucking basement had like tens of thousands of 45s. He's like, I do not collect 45s.
That's the old VC right there.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Yep.
I remember watching that video like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah. Okay.
Not some 23-year-old hipster, no like nice looking chick. Like, no, it was the weird, creepy guy with the basement full of crap. That's the old
real
VC.
record collector,
That's me.
man.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
There you go.
I resemble that remark.
Remember back then we would we'd go out every week and show 40 fucking records that we picked up that week.
Yeah.
Spent like $25.
Did you guys ever see that documentary called Vinyl? It's like from way back when, but it's just
it's a
really sad.
Yeah.
People their house is just filled with boxes. And I remember telling Steve, like, bro, we gotta take it easy. Like it scared the hell out of me. So I'm like,
Is that
man,
It's like Scared Straight for fucking. You know?
Is that the one shot by the Jewish guy in New York City?
Yeah, he's all like,
right.
He's fucked up in the head, and like,
Yeah.
the vinyl thing plays a part in it. And it's like this dude. I don't know.
But he goes over. Is it the one where he goes over to his buddy's? I don't know if it's his buddy.
The guy with
house.
cancer.
Yeah, and the guy's in the other bedroom, and he just takes one step, and he's stepping on like a sleeve,
Yeah.
and the guy freaks out, man.
he had like a trail cut through his house. And the
Yeah.
rest was just records.
I know
so.
exactly what you mean. Yeah, that guy had some mental issues too.
Yeah,
I just remember the guy with cancer. He kept talking about he would keep ordering stuff because he felt like as long as he had stuff coming in the mail, he wasn't going to die from the cancer. He was waiting on
Christ, is that sad?
Yeah, it's
Did it
like
work,
holy
though?
crap, man.
But did it work? He's probably still ordering shit today.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know, man.
I've watched that documentary at least 3 times.
I have too. That's a crazy.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that you get something new out of every time you watch it.
Yeah, I tell you, about the same time I found the Joe Buzzard, however you want to say it. You ever watch that documentary?
Mm-mm.
I know who he is, and I've seen some footage of him, but I don't know if I can't remember if I saw the whole. Actually, I did because I remember his daughter talking about how, like, you know, she didn't have a normal childhood, and they were always digging for records and doing his. He had a radio show out of his house, which was like a podcast for that time.
Yeah, this guy's the original OG record hunter. Did you hear about drove down in the hollows and knocking on doors, asking if they had 78s? Yeah, he only collects 78s. And I know this guy. Yeah, that dude. Well, he's actually about 45 minutes from where I live.
No way.
Yeah, and if you watch that documentary, he always eats breakfast in the same joint and all that. So a friend and I were like, let's go have breakfast, see if he's there. And there he was. So he come over, we got talking to him, sat down and ate breakfast with him. And he's just like in that documentary, dude. It's like he don't want to hear about anything past like 1945.
Yeah, like all the best jazz was pre-45 or something. I don't want to hear no bop. No, listen to bop.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But that's an interesting watch too.
Featured in that book, that famous book with all the pictures.
Dustin Grooves or
Dustin Grooves, yeah. He's the guy. He's the old man. Is like sitting in front. He's got like a zillion 78s. He's got amazing 78 collection.
Yeah,
but yeah, 70. You talk about records that are worth $30,000-$40,000. They're 78s.
Yeah, and he pulls them out, and slaps them on the table, and sits there and goes at it. That's awesome, man. You know, to me, it's like. But that's
a book about 78 collectors called "Do Not Sell at Any Price."
Yeah, I've read that.
Yeah, that's a cool book. I mean, the 78 collectors are nut jobs, man.
Yeah.
They go crazy for
They're kind of a throwback to the old record collector, like pretty much like all record collectors used to be. I don't know what I'm talking about.
The coolest thing,
one thing that I don't like about this is they used to like break other copies so they'd be the only one to have it. I think
that's
like
kind of fucked up.
That's the shittiest thing in the world.
I couldn't do that.
No way.
But I mean, if you think about it, that's one of the reasons why the record's worth $40,000, because there's like two copies in existence and one guy owns both of them. One of the famous ones is John Tefteller.
Yeah,
famous 78 collector, and they have the ultra rare copy of like Robert Johnson on Paramount that everybody, that's the kind of shit that'll be like uber collectible, ridiculous.
Yeah, I feel like with 78s, they're either worth like $1 bazillion or they're absolutely worthless.
Yeah,
and I don't. There's like no in between,
Yeah.
I'm sure there is, but
the cool thing with that Joe Buzzer thing is the stories of getting in his car and leaving for 2 weeks to find records. I mean, that's how they did it. Like some of the stories he would tell, like going into a small town and say, "Hey, did anybody collect records around here or have records they want to sell?" And they'd be like, "That store over there is closed, but it's full of records when they went out of business."
It's funny. I think I still have this saved on my, it's something I watched like back in 2010 probably. And I think it's still on my, it's called Portrait of a Record Dealer, 2011. I'm going to post this in the chat right now. This is like just a page. That this guy goes down to the dirty South and looks for like blues records and stuff. And I think he's from Pennsylvania, and kind of just follows him along this way. There's like audio clips. There's a couple of video clips. He goes to like some juke joints, and he just eats breakfast at Waffle House. But it's like an old school blog. But it's pretty cool, and I've kept it saved on my bookmarks for like 10 years at least. And it's still there. The page is still there for whatever reason.
Yeah, man.
It kind of tells the story, but it's in the chat if you want to look at it.
Yeah, I'll check that out. That's cool.
Can I tell you how much I would love to do that, man? I would. You'd be like, so I'm just gonna like get in my truck for like 2 weeks. I'm just gonna go hunting rare records.
It's the most, in the world of record collecting.
America, just stab in the dark.
That would be my like old guy wants to sell your house, get an RV, and just travel around. I don't want to do the RV thing, but I just want to travel around for a couple of weeks and go to weird places, look for records, and then come back.
What's cool about those guys? They were doing it for the love of the records, man, and to document the stuff. They were trying to find everything. It wasn't about these records are worth money. Nobody wanted the goddamn things anymore. Basically,
oh yeah.
Yeah, at the time they were doing.
I kind of believe that, but I kind of don't believe that.
I pitched
I think it's the same as anything. Like, yeah, you love it and you're passionate about it, and anyway, it's probably not that expensive to just get in your car and like drive. If you live in like area where you can do that, drive around and just see what happens. Or, I don't know, but I mean, in a way, they kind of know they might stumble upon something that other guys will want. And, I don't know. It's not really like, oh, I'm doing this because I'm trying to get rich. I'm not like a gold miner trying to just find gold out here. But on the other hand, I don't know.
Well,
Thrill the hunt, man. Thrill the hunt.
Yeah.
Right before I started putting out videos on YouTube, and this is how my YouTube started, is I pitched an idea to the History Channel that does American Pickers. The same idea, but for music stuff.
I remember when you first,
And I sent it. Yeah, I sent it in. I got a certificate from Screen Actors for the trademark for it or whatever. All that bullshit I had to fill out.
Mm-hmm.
And I got one. I sent that thing out to everybody, every fucking network. I got one reply, and it was like, great idea, but not feasible because they would have to pay too much to have music on the show and
to get the rights to the music.
Yeah, to show images on the show and all this shit. And I was like, oh.
Dude, I never even thought about that.
I agree with that because without hearing the music, like no one's gonna understand.
Yeah.
That would be tough to produce that without the music. That would
I don't remember what season it was, but there was one episode of Pickers that's what spawned the whole idea for me. It was like they were at this old dude's house and he's like, oh, out in the barn I have a bunch of records.
I remember that episode, dude. The guy owned like a jukebox or something and just had like all kinds
of that.
He had stacks and stacks and stacks of records in this barn.
I thought that Mike Wolf was a dumb fuck though. He's like, well, I'll just take some of them and just and then he wound up like doing really well on it. He would have absolutely killed if he would have just taken all of them.
Yeah, well, no, the one before that, though, I'm talking like this guy, this is like, I don't know, man, 12, 13 years ago. The barn was just packed full of vinyl.
The guy had 100,000 records.
So is that the same episode?
The guy was like an old hippie who, like,
yeah. Is that the same episode?
So I saw this episode where the dude was like an old hippie hoarder type who like lived up in the hills in California and smoked his weed and stuff. And you could tell he had just like dumpster dived 100,000 records when everybody was tossing them out. He was like, everybody's throwing away the records and getting CDs. I'm going to take every record I find. And they just had like 100,000 records.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, my God, who knows what's in there, man?
Yeah, and I remember like one of them, like, yeah, there's too many there for us to look at, and I was like, I'd be in that fucking barn.
Kidding me?
Yeah,
I'd dive into that shit for a week, man.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It'd be amazing. In fact, I almost think if you just put an ad on it, be like, hey, does anybody want to look through 100,000 records? You have like lines and lines of guys like dying to.
Probably pay to look through it.
Want them for $1 each.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, and then there was a episode last year. They were actually out in where my in-laws live, and they hit this guy's shop up in Johnstown. Like he was a hairdresser or some shit, but he also had like all this vintage records and toys in his shop and storefront. And my father-in-law went down there and he was like, yeah, I don't think it's open. I think that's just the guy's place. Like, it's where he hangs out or something. He's like, I don't think it's a store anymore.
Huh.
But they made it look like it was a store, and she was pulling shit. That's it. The girl that works at Pickers, I forget her name, but
yeah,
she was on the road with them. She was pulling all kinds of records out.
Danielle?
Yeah.
I think she's
and
hot.
The records she was pulling off, I was like, oh, shit.
No? you ever seen American Pickers? Remember Danielle with the tattoos? She's not hot?
Oh, no.
No? Okay.
I mean,
hey, different men have different,
No. It's like this, no.
yeah.
Hey, I got something to show you guys. The last time Zeek was down here, he came slinging big dickin' in the door with an OG. And since we're over an hour now and haven't really properly talked about ZZ Top, I've got the next best thing.
Oh shit!
Little Moving Sidewalks, the complete collection. This is a reissue that came out a couple of years ago or last year maybe, and this is literally everything they recorded.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, the reissue is actually better than the original because you get all the other tracks and stuff.
Yes. Was there two? There's two full records, two full albums. Is that right?
I think they released
one,
but they only really released one at the time.
It's that full album plus all the singles plus all the unreleased stuff, and then on side 4 they have like alternate takes and stuff like that in it. It's nice packaging, killer stuff. Yeah, Zeke brought the original in. I was jealous as hell.
I got that from Jay Vinyl in the van.
Yeah, that's right.
And he found it in St. Louis in a antique shop for like $10 or something.
Wow.
What label is that on?
Amazing.
What label is that on, Bananas?
Rock Beat Records. 2012 it says, but I found it brand new last year, so I don't know what that means exactly. Yeah.
So that was a record store day thing or something?
I don't know. This is Rock Beat Records.
I think it's out there. You can get it.
That's cool.
Well, it says visit rockbeatrecords.com for a bonus Moving Sidewalks track. So maybe there's one floating out there that's not even on this.
One more they couldn't fit on there.
Yeah.
But it's really killer stuff. That's cool. I've wanted that for a long time, but I mean that's one of those. I'm kind of weird about certain reissues. That's one I'd gladly pay for a reissue because you're not gonna, you're unlikely to stumble into to an OG on one of those.
Yeah. I got this.
I go absolutely nuts for that Texas 60s psychedelic.
Oh God, yeah, man.
13th floor elevators and like moving sidewalks. Power Plant. I saw some of those guys at the Psychedelic Festival in Austin. It was awesome. They play all the time. I lived in San Antonio. You know, the Bubble Puppy plays at a local bar there called Sam's Burger Joint. It's a cool town to live in, that area, San Antonio, Austin.
I bet.
There's a lot of that kind of shit, and it's killer. I just saw some video, and these guys are old. I saw some video of the Bubble Puppy playing, and they were fucking awesome. They were so cool. I was like, man, this is just like a local bar. These guys fucking kill, man. It was amazing. Anyway.
Is Austin Psych Fest, I mean, pre-COVID, is that still going on?
Well, I don't, now I don't know what's going on in this. Who knows? I think there will be shows this summer. I'm about ready for this bullshit to be over. This pandemic stuff kissed my ass. I've had enough.
Seems like the numbers are getting better, but
Yeah.
Well, I got the vaccine, and hell, I think the vaccine will start fucking getting,
Well, I got the COVID, so I think I'm good now. So I got the.
You had the vid. You had the vid already.
Green Ovid.
Green Ovid.
Hey, for your merciful fate, I just found this week.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Oh, what the hell is that now?
Yeah.
It's a boot of the like early demo stuff. With the,
fuck! How's it sound?
This sounds pretty good. This is on that newer.
Oh, god damn it!
Probably got to have that now.
Is that Czechoslovakian or what?
Yeah, that's where they say they're from. But
Yeah.
Who knows?
But this
came out of my trunk.
Yeah.
Fell off a truck.
Mm-hmm.
They do pretty good. Whoever's doing them, man, they do a pretty good job with them. So.
Yeah.
George got to have that now.
Yeah.
But this is basically when, I guess, King Diamond joined the Brats or whatever, and that's kind of when Merciful Fate took off or whatever. But
fuck. There's another one I got to look for.
That's the problem with those shits is like, man, like my buddy Steve's got a bunch of Sabbath ones. I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to have them. Then I start going like, I got to have every single one of it. It just gets crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure, John. I'd have to look.
What's
He's
that?
asking if it's different demos from the Curse of the Pharaoh stuff.
Do you guys think the FM broadcast and these unofficial releases and stuff, is this bubble going to burst eventually?
No.
Like,
dude, there's unbelievable amounts of fucking vault shit out there. Who knows? And these guys are all going to die, man. Like, this past like year, all these old guys dying.
They're all fucking dying, man.
That's what I'm saying. All these older bands that aren't doing shit or just keep putting out new albums and they're doing whatever. All the shit you got in the vault, man. Like even just Maiden, Priest, all that. Maiden's pretty good at it. They put out a good.
Oh, there's got to be just a zillion fucking.
Yeah, but just the Priest live stuff, AC/DC. There you go.
There's got to be a million of them out there.
Put it out in nice packages, man. The old people that like the band from that era is going to scarf that shit up more than they would
probably
a brand
don't
new
have
album.
rights to it. Then they probably can't.
Yeah, that's what I was having a conversation with the place I got the moving sidewalks last weekend, because this guy had a Danzig boot from it's like the Danzig, some kind of demos. And
not on there, John. Go ahead, sorry.
And I was asking him about. He said, no, I sold it. I got rid of it. I'm trying to get some more in, that kind of thing. But he was telling me that they had like traced it back, and they can trace how this stuff gets released back to Glenn himself. They're saying that Glenn Danzig is the one leaking these tracks out to get booted.
That's awesome if it is, because he's the biggest prick about it.
Yeah, and I don't know if he's got beef with his record label or why this stuff is, because if they just came out with nice $25, $30 Danzig reissues, that everybody would eat the shit out of it up. Everybody would be buying that. So there's got to be a reason that's not happening. And
I've heard stories about Danzig walking into record shops and seeing Misfit boots and just grabbing them up and going, "These aren't official. You're not selling them," and taking.
I wouldn't be surprised by that at all.
Yeah.
There's
I would be like, wow, Glenn Danzig just gave me shit about it.
Did you ever see the video on YouTube from the 70s of Neil Young doing that?
Yeah.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a New York. I think it's a New York.
I was in New York. He walks into the record store, gives the high school kid behind the counter like shit about having.
He's like, I play on this, and I'm on there. He's like, the kid's like, oh.
I've seen that.
So the kid says, none of my friends buy records. We all buy tapes. We can't afford records.
Yeah.
I'd be like, and we don't buy your lousy shit anyway.
He walks up to the front with two bootlegs.
That's funny.
Yeah, they're trying to get the manager on the phone or something.
Yeah, because he just walked out with it. He's like, "Yeah, tell your boss that I left with this." The guy's like, "Well, let me call him first."
So he didn't get fired.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Yeah. But to be honest with you, man, I mean, I like hippie rock and shit, but those guys are kind of pricks, man. I think like David Crosby was kind of talking shit about some kid who like smashed her guitar on stage, some cheap guitar, and I'm like, you old fucking hippies have made so much fucking money, man. The amount of money that like Crosby, Stills, they made insane amounts of money. And then to like give people shit about stuff, it's like, man, there's no way anybody makes that kind of money now. And then and they did so many drugs and shit and like spent it all. They're like, now I can't make any money. I'm hurting for cash. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude, please.
Hey, speaking about that stuff, have you watched that Laurel Canyon?
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I saw it on the plane. I saw it on the plane when I went to Korea.
That's cool. I just watched it last week.
It's good.
Yeah, it is.
Have you seen that, Bananas?
No, I've not.
It's basically about Southern California, the birds and all the way up through the Eagles, basically. I think kind of where, but the Doors, the whole nine, it was going. It's just interesting how it was like a little hippie scene kind of going on, and everybody just hanging out playing. And
did you see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Quentin Tarantino thing?
I love that.
Oh
movie,
yeah, I saw that in the theater actually.
That was cool too. Same neck of the woods.
Yeah,
that's the last movie I saw in the theater actually.
So David Crosby made a movie. There's a little movie about him too, and he basically like talks shit about Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. He's like, yeah, we were just kind of doing for the money, and they sang like the national anthem. This was like in the past 5 years, they sang the national anthem and they just fucking sounded like shit. Like he basically said like they can't sing together anymore. They don't even like each other. And
they hate each other.
They hate each other really. They're just going through the motions because there's a ton of money in it, and they just keep on doing it for the money. But the music sucks now, and they don't even. He's like I had to stop basically.
Highlight John's comment.
Hold on a sec. I'm in full screen. Hold on.
Laurel Canyon, all the stuff you hate.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff's not for me either. I dug the Doors and
Yeah.
But I'm a sucker for any music documentary. I'll watch stuff about bands that I cared nothing about.
I'm the same way, dude.
Yeah. Especially back in the day, I was,
Did you guys
VH1.
ever see the music, the documentary about Anvil?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I loved that, man. Yep. I loved that. To me, that was one of the most realistic music documentaries I've ever seen. You see them just sucking at life. It's like so embarrassing, Yeah. And I'm like, man, this is like the real life most right. Just like how glamorous it is not,
Oh, there we go.
Read the book,
right there.
The book's worth reading too. So.
Oh, what I just saw? I just thought about you, Greeno. I was at Target and they had like the whole complete Chucky DVD set or whatever. I was like, man, I want this.
Fucking Greeno doesn't watch that shit. He sticks with the 60s, man.
Yeah,
I'm the 80s.
I do love that. I was like, I know you, but you're like all the tasteful shit. I'm like, no, I want the Chucky DVDs.
Yeah. I'm the 80s slasher
blood and
guts guy.
Shit.
Yeah, that's me.
I love it. But I mean, I love the old stuff too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I've been watching Peter Cushing stuff lately. I just finished this one. The Flesh and the
Fiends. Yeah. Oh, what I watched lately. Oh, fuck, man. Hold on. Is it here?
And I didn't know till not long ago he did 2 Doctor Who movies. Peter Cushing.
Oh, wow. Cool.
And they're Hammer movies.
I got to show you guys what Jay found on VHS. Hang on.
All right.
See, VHS is like there's a guy here who sells horror movie VHS in Richmond, Virginia.
Damn, it's not here.
He's a good guy, but he's like, man, I'll give you good money for any horror movie VHSs you see while you're out digging around. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know if I want to sell them to you because they're pretty cool. but I should. I mean,
some of those.
I like to build up a network of like shit like that where guys will be like, yeah, I'll buy any Nintendo shit you find. I'll buy any like, and then I can trade for them so I can make money to just feed the monkey. You know?
Exactly.
Yep.
It's crazy how much some of those old horror VHSs go for. It's like, wow.
Yeah,
I guess
the
because
fucking
it's
artwork's so awesome on them.
that, and most of them never been put out on disc.
Yeah, you can't see it any other way. You know.
Without a doubt, if you want to get put on a FBI watch list, if that's your goal in life, this VHS called "Breath of Fresh Air Portraits: Artistry in the Darkroom."
I remember you talking.
This is look at this cat right here now. This is a VHS. Who is Marty Ricard? I don't want to know. Marty Ricard has photographed more than 500 children in a row without one single failure. What the fuck is a failure? They die.
He never got caught.
Without getting caught. It is so. It teaches you how to pose children and take pictures of them, and we were all watching it. And we're like, I don't like this dude. We all started getting vibes. Like, nah, man.
Nah.
That VCR and hooked up to the internet is.
Yeah,
Where does this wire go? I don't like this. It's so. We're actually going to make a dub and send it to the Found Footage Fest guys, who we absolutely love, because it's that like what we were all just sitting here with our mouths hanging open, like what. Oh my god! Yeah.
So I have a creepy like Chomo record by this band called the West Coast Pop Art, whatever that's called, which is like a psychedelic group.
Yeah.
But the record's called "Where's My Daddy?" and there's this like little lost-looking little girl on the front of it, and I'm like, I had a West Coast Pop Art Ensemble, something like that. I had other records by them, and it's like a psychedelic group. But when I got this record, I was like, I was like, this is a little fucking sketchy, right about now.
It looks like
weirded out here.
It looks like an ad for Jägermeister. It's like the girl, she's like looking for her dad, and it's just like the wind's blowing. There's nobody around. She's like, "Daddy," and then all of a sudden the Jägermeister fucking Jaeger.
Hey, my band was sponsored by Jaeger. That shit really happened. So
Daddy's not coming back. He's not coming back tonight. Daddy, where are you, Daddy? Jaeger.
You guys have a copy of Virgin Killer, the sketchy.
I don't have a copy of it.
Nah, I never even seen one. I mean, I've seen like the bootleg one or a reissue of it, but
I mean, I have an American pressing. I mean, I love the record, but I'm like, man, if I found a copy, like a Euro copy, I mean, would I buy it? I don't know.
Well, that's like the first Blind Faith album.
Yeah.
I do have that.
Yeah.
He's like 13 years old.
Yeah.
I would probably buy
sold millions of copies.
I mean, I don't have that. I don't have that.
let's see. That is George. Wild Hearts.
I do have this Oral Sex.
Whoa, what is that? I saw that. Wait a minute. Hold up.
Is that the Slits?
No, it's Oral Sex.
The band is called Oral Sex?
Yeah.
Wow. You talk about a way to sell some records.
Jesus.
It's like 85, and
you got a built-in fan base already.
It's some kind of put together thing to jump on the new wave of British heavy metal, and this is about as new wave of British heavy metal as I don't know.
It's
the Sex
not
Pistols.
all.
Yeah. There's a little bit musically in there, but the vocals are just bad. You can tell somebody threw this shit together trying to make some money. Let's call it Oral Sex. It'll sell like crazy.
That's like Tonight at the Pit. Everybody gets laid. All right. See you.
Yeah.
That's like, you ever see remember that chick Lisa Hartman from the 80s?
Yeah.
She had an album. Lisa Hartman.
She was an actress, right?
Or she did like Entertainment Tonight or something, maybe. That's
okay.
I was cleaning out records I don't know what the hell this dog's barking at. There ain't nobody here. Cleaning out records at work today, and I came across her record, and I was like, She's pretty. I remember her. And I'm like, I can't believe she has a record out. And I flip it over and she's in a 90 on the back of it. I was like, oh, shit. She's trying to sell some records, man.
Yeah, that's what it was all about.
Yeah.
I kind of like that, though. I like how, like, in, like, 1985, some gratuitous, like, it was like you could sell a lot of stuff with some gratuitous boobies, you know? And, like, if it was, like, a not-so-good movie, but there was boobies in it, it would be like, this is worth going to.
Right.
I have so few options, you know? I don't know. Those were the days.
Yeah, I did grab this.
You know, see, Larry Flint died.
Yeah, I saw that. That's crazy.
Steely Dan.
What is that?
It's a boot.
Oh, okay.
I'm too far down the rabbit hole when I'm picking up Steely Dan boots. But
yeah, man, you need an intervention.
This was pretty good.
Steely Dan was named after a sex toy.
Mm-hmm.
After what?
A sex toy.
Yeah,
really.
Steely Dan was named after a dildo.
Yeah,
well, that's why I put it in after oral sex.
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say it that way.
This whole thing's getting smutty.
This was interesting, man, because I mean, you know, these guys are so produced on the albums.
Yeah, really
to hear them kind of raw live was pretty cool, man.
I like Steely Dan personally. That's you know, not a cool thing to say, but I love Steely Dan.
I like the hits. I don't know them that well. I have the what is it, Asia, and one other one, man.
I knew that was coming.
Steely Dan.
I knew that was coming.
I knew it. Yeah, I knew it.
I enjoy listening to this, man. The guitars are like raw on this thing. It's pretty cool.
Oh, they could play, man. Make no mistake. They could seriously play. You know. Fuck Steely Dan. Knew it.
Oh, we were talking about that last
Doobie.
night, man. When Rerun gets caught.
Hell yeah. I remember that. I saw it like as a kid, when it was on TV. It's like, holy crap.
doobie you be? I fucking love what's happening, man.
Oh, yeah. God, me too.
We'll call it 4 rockets and a moon.
So you're saying Rerun on What's Happening got lectured on the evils of
they tried to bootleg a Doobie Brothers show. Doobie Brothers were actually on the episode.
Yeah,
they were playing it.
Fucking like, I find that like that makes me want to like kill somebody almost. I'm like, you fucking rich ass hippie bastard motherfuckers are really gonna go into the inner city and you're gonna fucking lecture a poor black kid for bootlegging. Fuck you, assholes. You know what? Go back to your fucking mansion, fucking drink your fucking, aged 12-year aged fucking booze. Man, fuck all these. You know what? Fuck those guys. Yeah. Fuck those guys. Eat the rich, man. Fuck them.
That's right. He said the old tape recorder falls out of Rerun's pants and the whole concert stops.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, this kid's bootlegging down here.
A teenage black kid is at a Doobie Brothers concert. You know what?
Yeah, that's more.
There was a time when like people would just fucking believe anything on TV. You know what? Fuck. You know what? Now I'm mad.
Remember,
it got me mad now. All right. By the way,
remember when they go
to die and I need to go parent my children, so I got like 5 minutes.
I gotta get the show going here in just a couple minutes.
Yeah, you got the
Get everybody warmed up.
The part in that where he goes into the they're in the back room and they're giving Rerun a bunch of shit and they start listening to the tape. Well, let's listen to it anyway, and it's all him. All you can hear is he was chips,
right?
Eating chips the whole time.
Right.
That's so great. What a great show. That show didn't get the love it needs.
God, I'm angry now. I'm super I don't know why that just really set me off, man. Fucking Rerun. This poor kid, he's just a bad kid trying to eat some chips.
Yeah.
Dude's probably fucking made minimum wage back when minimum wage was like $1.30.
You remember
the brothers were over here fucking millionaires. You know what? They're like, we need money for cocaine. How dare you?
Yeah, there we go. We need money for cocaine. What are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
There was this weirdo episode where there was some chick that worshipped some lettuce.
Ralph.
What the hell was that episode?
They were scammers.
Yeah.
They were scammers.
I have a picture of that description on my phone somewhere because it came up. I had info on the TV and I took a picture and I'm like, what the hell is going on Good Times? I mean, not Good Times. What's happening right now?
They were scamming people out of money, like starting a religious cult.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it was Ralph was the head of lettuce.
They worshipped a head of lettuce. I'm like,
nice.
We always say no.
that sounds more equal to me, dude.
No Roger, no rerun, no rent.
Oh my god,
that was when TV was good.
Yeah,
yeah.
I love fucking Shirley was the best.
Oh yeah,
the waitress.
Oh my god,
yeah.
dude. I love when the guy comes in the suit and tie and he's like, yeah, baby, let me get a filet mignon. She's like, oh yeah, you want filet mignon? You want some mashed potatoes too? Yeah, that's how about some gravy on the side? That sounds good, right? She's right. And she rips the stick and she slaps it down in front of him. And she's like, what's this? She goes, that's your shopping list.
Man, some of you guys that watched the show for a while, you may remember the boss man from back in the day, who's going to be moving back closer to us coming up, hopefully. But he was literally my boss man at the TV station I work at. And in our master control, we had this young lady in there that we'll say favored Big Shirley. She looked just like her. Mm-hmm. And we'd be walking down the hall, and every time they passed, she would say, hey, what's up? And boss man would always go, hey. And I had to pull him aside, and I was like, do you realize what you're doing? He's like, no, man, what are you talking about? I'm like,
yeah.
She figures that out, dude. She's gonna hit you with something.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna say he called her Shirley or something. But that's so much better.
And he did it with the voice. Hey.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I would have died laughing.
Yeah. Me and Steve were like, yo, man, stop. And he's like, what are you talking about, bro? And I'm like, oh, easy.
Don't say hey.
Yeah.
Well, did she even care, or was she pissed about it? Or
I don't think she ever really picked up on it. It just kind of kept on. But I'm like, man, if she ever really makes that connection, and I bet he was subconsciously doing it. He had to be just
thought it was about to be some workplace fucking violence episode.
Yeah, but you know what? Back when we were kids, most of the shows that were on, well, not most, a lot of the shows, well, let me rephrase that. A quarter of the shows that were on were black comedies. You know what I mean? Like the Jeffersons.
Sanford and Son.
Sanford and Son.
Right.
That's my favorite show ever.
I mean, we grew up watching these shows and getting somewhat some of the culture from some of these shows. You know what I mean? And I think our era or our generation doesn't have that racist thing that the young kids have nowadays because of politics or whatever. And the old, if you notice, the older generation of us, they're still stuck in that 50s mentality. They don't want anybody else moving in their neighborhoods and that that kind of thing. And I was talking to somebody at work. I'm like, it's weird. We grew up with all those shows that had primarily black casts, and you felt like you grew up with these as they were friends, not friends, but you grew up with. You didn't think they're different because they're black. You know what I mean? As a kid, you were just they're just kids like we are. Yeah. At least that's the way I was. Until you realize when you get older, the racism.
I think that was by design. Totally by design. I think they were we want to make black shows where black people are very non-threatening. We want to make the Cosby.
Yep.
We want to make fucking,
Well, I mean, even before Cosby, the Jeffersons had a lot of racial shit in it, like All in the Family did.
Yeah, same with Sanford and Son.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's funny. I actually wrote a paper in film school
edgy,
about this very subject.
Life, Red Fox was an edgy motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. And LaWanda Page.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I never got offended by any of that stuff when I was a kid, and even listening to stand-up, like LaWanda Page and Richard Pryor, when Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy would do their white voice, I didn't fall over backwards and be like, you try that now? Forget it.
Dave Chappelle made fun of white people hardcore, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't
Unfortunately, there's a lot of humor is left. It seems like the younger generation.
Oh man, I would.
Yeah, you can't do that shit now because everybody's
now. It's got to suck ass, dude.
I've heard
people are gonna be like, I'm upset.
Well, they said a lot of the comedians, that was their bread and butter, was going around to colleges, and most of them won't do it now.
No, they won't do
Can't
it.
even do it.
Nah, they said it's not worth the hassle because you're just somebody's gonna get butt hurt and you're fucked.
Well,
I think it's a good thing. You're trying to make the world less racist, and I think that's great. But the problem is, like, you're probably fucking shit up worse. Like, it's like,
well, they were on the right track in the 70s and 80s, man. People were really on the right track, and then
I did this paper in film school that talked about just that, how in the 70s there was this conscious effort to kind of like move African American culture into the main stage in entertainment like that. And then as you progress further, you can see this is a sitcom thing in general. Like in the 90s, you started seeing a lot of like gay characters and gay stuff kind of introduce. It was the nice and easy way to slowly introduce different cultural elements to society without people flipping their shit. Yeah. And whether it worked or not, it was kind of the 90s had that kind of like Will and Grace kind of vibe. You just slowly start sliding these characters in and seeing how people receive it. And then, sitcoms are not really a thing anymore, but there's been a few instances where they kind of tried to weave these little cultural things in and kind of push things forward.
It worked for about 25 years, like through the 70s, 80s, and part of the 90s,
What the hell is Zoomer humor that Aaron's talking about?
Until the internet hit.
Oh, the way the kids think nowadays.
Is that what that is?
No more ball and fart jokes, guys. It's over.
Bullshit. Nah, man. I still watch a lot of comedians, and I listen to a lot of comedians' podcasts every week. And Tom Segura is probably one of my favorite comedians right now. And he's in the same boat. Like, he'll say shit. He don't give a fuck. He's like, if people get offended, fuck them. Yeah. This is my job to make people laugh. Like, he had a joke about building a wall around Louisiana because something, he was just picking on Louisiana, and he got in so much flack over it. It was crazy.
Right. That's right, Vance. Not on this show.
Balls and dick jokes galore for sure.
It's the safe space for ball and dick jokes.
Yeah. Right. If you want ball and dick jokes, you come to the right place.
You should have a sign with a huggy thing, safe place,
Yeah.
Safe space.
Oh, what is your favorite sitcom of all time?
It's hard to narrow down, but definitely Sanford and Son. I loved Dick Van Dyke. I like the old shit. So.
Yeah. How about you, Zeek?
God, that's a tough question. Come back to me on that. I got to think.
All right, Mikey.
All time, Leave It to Beaver. Andy Griffith's what I grew up on because I'm actually related to him. It's another story. But
nice.
And then the comedies from the 70s like Sanford and Son are probably right there right after that.
Cool. Mine's Cheers. Believe it or not.
Really, that's cool.
I love Cheers. I always did. I don't know. I liked it when I used to watch it with my grandmother on Thursday nights. And then, I don't know, man. Like when I was young on syndication during the Phillies games in the summer, like Phillies would end at like 10 o'clock. And every time after the game, they'd show Cheers. Yeah. So it's like, it's ingrained in me. I started watching, like yesterday, my wife and kids went out of town. They went to see the in-laws for a week. Dude, I hopped on, what's it called? That new Peacock Plus last night and watched like the first 3 episodes of Cheers. Like I'm all sucked into Cheers again now.
Dude, I'm having a Night Court marathon right now. I'm up to season 3.
Where's Night Court at?
I know, man.
DVD.
Oh, okay.
I looked, dude. That was one of the. When I heard about Peacock Plus and they were moving Cheers in Office over there, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I'm getting Peacock Plus because I know Night Court's going to be up there.
You can
play Night Court on the base.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, WKRP in Cincinnati. Absolutely. Love that
dude,
show.
I wish I can get the Night Court shit, but I ain't. Dude, they're expensive as balls to get on DVD, man.
Nah, the first 2 seasons are like $10-12 a piece.
Yeah, I'll want a complete set for like $29.99 or something like that. Yeah, dude, I got Taxi for fucking like $17 last year.
Yeah,
God, I love Taxi.
You know,
I got to jump
Reno. Reno
All right.
911 last year too for like $19.
We'll see you later on Grown Man Record Night.
Absolutely. Hey,
Yeah,
when the stream's
man.
over, come to Twitch and listen to some records with us.
Right
All
on,
right.
brother. Thanks for
Zeek,
coming
safe
on.
travels, man. It's good to see you, brother.
He might be frozen up.
Oh no, he's frozen.
You all right, dude?
There he is.
There he is.
Fell asleep.
Good to see you guys. It's good to be here very much.
Hell yeah, man.
All
We'll
right.
catch you guys on the flip side. Thanks for the invite,
All right,
as
Mikey.
always, guys.
Later, brother.
See you.
See you guys.
Oh, Zeke's out too. I think
Oh.
he was having connection troubles.
Yeah. Well, we're still live.
Yeah.
Dude, so real quick, I showed you this since I'll just show you while we're live. Dude, I was bored. Like I told you, I've been wiping out my hard drive, man. Like all the fucking shit that
Yeah.
all the music that I have on my hard drive, bootlegs and shit, dude. Here, I'll show you. I'll run real quick through some of these. ZZ Top.
Right on.
It's not focusing, mate.
There you go.
Yeah,
What-
expect no. That's the King
What the-
Biscuit thing.
Wait, what year is that? Late 70s?
1980,
Okay.
Capitol Theater, and
Right
then
on.
this is the whole show. From that was the pre-FM thing.
Yeah.
Taken from the disc, and this is actual.
FM.
Yeah, so it's got more shit on it.
That's cool.
Tom Petty from 78.
Right on.
It's a pre-FM thing. That's the only things I've been getting. Black Crows from 99 from that that Blue album. The
I was
one
just
I
getting ready
really
to say,
like.
Yeah, I can
By
remember.
Your Side. By Your
Yeah.
Side. Yeah, I love that record.
I do the same thing. It's like it's that blue cover one. That album's
Yeah.
great, man.
Skinner Quincy demos. You ever see these? Or Quincy demos? It's from 1970. Dude, these sound like studio. I mean, just like the album quality.
That's cool.
Yeah, 1970. AC/DC from the Donington 84.
Right on.
That's an audience though, but it's a newer
Mhm.
whatever.
Newer fine or newer.
Yeah, newer fine. Soundboard from AC/DC from 2001.
Sweet.
And then that Circus Crone. I ripped this from the DVD so I can listen to it in the car. Then I found that artwork. I was like, fuck yeah, look at that.
That's cool.
And then, dude, I finally took all the demos and put it onto a disc.
That's cool.
Yeah. I found some demos with Ron Young on vocals after Frank died.
Yeah.
There's like 2 songs on here. And then Howlin' Wolf, Chess Records thing, alternate takes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like three discs.
Jesus.
And that's about it.
That's cool, man. They
Yeah.
look great. Man, we got all the sitcoms coming in. Facts of Life, Kermit Easton's Fuck Y'all, Mr. Belvedere.
Oh shit, Mr. Belvedere was cool. Damn, Mr. Belvedere was the shit, man.
I always liked what's his name, the baseball player. Fuck, what was his name?
Who's that?
That was on the show, Mr.
Oh
Belvedere.
shit, I don't remember. Yeah, I am.
The dad.
Oh, Bob Euchre.
Yeah. That guy's hilarious, man.
Vance, I make all those. I'm like I said, I'm fucking bored. No, I just like I said, I have like an external hard drive with all these shows that I've not recorded, but downloaded over the years. I was like, man, I got all these. Nowadays you can find any kind of picture on the internet, so pretty easy to do.
You still have them on your hard drive? Or are you getting rid of them as you get rid of them?
I'm getting rid of them as I get, I still have some on like the pre-FM masters, that kind of shit. Yeah. I'll keep on the hard drive, but
like you keep those, just stick them on a thumb drive somewhere.
Well, I have them on this thing, this little box.
Yeah.
But like the audience stuff, I just get rid of. But like that Castle Donington show, believe it or not, man, I had that. I probably still have it, but a cassette of that from when I was a kid, like. Probably from that fall, like after Donington, I had a cassette of that somebody had either I had gotten at a record show or something. And I remember listening to that in my dad's car. Like he would pick me up every Saturday at 5, and I'd go to his house for the weekend.
Yeah.
And I went to a record show with my buddy that Saturday, and I picked his tape up, and I just remember listening to it, going to his house. And I'm like, man, this sounds pretty good for fucking bootleg, because I knew what bootlegs were at the time.
Mhm.
And I had some shitty Metallica ones. But I remember like this one, the sound on it was just clear, you know, like you could hear everything, but it was obviously an audience. So all these years, it just dawned on me, like when I saw this guy put this up, I was like, oh shit, I wonder if that's the same source, you know?
Yeah.
Sure enough, I'm almost positive it is.
That's cool. Hey, you see John's last thing?
Do you remember
It's Your Move. Man, that sounds familiar.
It's a fake heavy metal band?
I don't remember that part.
No, It's Your Move. Was that a show after? Wasn't he in
the one with what's her name from Mary Tyler Moore?
Yeah, the Rhoda chick.
Yeah.
Rhoda was
she left.
Yeah, Rhoda was her old show.
Yeah. But didn't she get in some kind of bullshit and they kicked her off the show and they brought like Sandy Duncan in or something?
Yeah, Sandy Duncan.
Sandy fucking Duncan. None of you motherfuckers thought we'd be talking about her tonight.
Sandy Duncan. She'll keep an eye out for you. Oh, speaking of which, dude, I write it down. I write down shit all the time.
Yeah.
I was laughing of Cheers this morning. Dude, I've been going to bed. I'm on like UK time. I've been going to bed at like fucking 9 o'clock and then getting up at like 4:30.
Yeah.
So I'll get coffee and I'll watch a couple episodes of Cheers. So today, like Woody was talking, they were talking about scary shit, and he goes, yeah, well, my uncle used to take out his glass eye and scare the cat with it. And I just thought that was funny as fuck, man. Like that just made me laugh, like hysterically. Like,
dude,
who writes that? Like,
the coach was great.
Coach was awesome. Yeah.
I almost would take Woody over the coach.
Yeah, Woody was the perfect replacement for Coach.
Yeah.
The coach, the first episode, I think, the very first episode of Cheers, when Coach answers the phone and he's like, let me check. Hold on one sec. Let me check. Is there an Ernie Pantuso here? And he's like, that's you, Coach. That's me. This is him. You know, like, it was just fucking. Yeah, I love Coach. Like, Coach was such a little kid, man, in that show.
Yeah, it was a good show. Well, dude, it's about time to wrap it up.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah, it was good talking to Zeek, man.
Yeah.
Safe travels. So, all right. I don't know what we got going on next. The guy, Mark, I was talking to, he just kind of dropped out. I guess he doesn't want to be on. So that's cool.
He might.
Maybe he'll get back in touch with me.
Yeah, he might. He
might have something going on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's all cool.
Yeah, we're trying. I'm hopefully Jason McMaster back on at some point, and CJ, and I got to hit up Johnny again. Johnny wants to come back on too. So.
Oh yeah, right on, man. Get some of these other guys back on. I know. Chromium Dioxide, definitely want him back on soon.
Fuck! I just saw Bob Euchre.
Yeah.
Man, did you rape his last name?
How do you spell it? I don't even know.
Isn't it EU?
You might be right.
CKER, I think. Is he still on? He said later already on here, so he might not be gone. But he fucking. Oh no, he's still on. Jesus.
UECKER.
Is that what it is? UA? I was even fucking wrong.
Yeah. UE. Yeah, I got it.
Shoit. What the hell, Shoit? Jesus, are you drinking, Vance? Look. Oh, Shoit.
Fuck if I know.
Fuck if I know.
Check out It's Your Move episode, Dregs of Humanity.
It's Your Move. I don't remember that one.
I
don't remember that show. That had it. Oh yeah, like I said, that was pre. Oh, he's drinking. He just said, "Yes, I am."
Good deal.
All
right, man. We gotta get off here, dude.
Yeah, I'll.
Thanks everyone for watching, and
yep,
we'll do this again
pretty soon. Yeah,
we'll waste more of your time in the future.
I got a whole week ahead of me. I meant to tell. Yeah, I was gonna shoot some videos yesterday, and I didn't do it.
Do the bootleg thing you were talking about doing.
I will. Yeah, I will. I have all weekend, so.
Yeah, all you guys go over to Grown Man Record Night with Vance.
Yeah, we're gonna head there now.
Later, guys.
All right, we'll see you.